Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 12th biology students, and this is for 9th December 2020. As we are into the revision mode, we are revising the entire syllabus of class 12th biology for 2020-21 batch. We can say COVID-19 batch. And for your batch, as I have been telling you, there is a reduction of around 30% of the syllabus. Hence, in this unit we have got just 2 chapters, and in this unit the last chapter is chapter number 15, Biodiversity and Conservation. And in this chapter we have been talking about the very definition of biodiversity. What is biodiversity? And we said bios means life, diversity means forms, different life forms spreading across an ecosystem. And then we talked about the various levels of biodiversity: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecological diversity. And again, we talked about the reasons behind maximum biological diversity in the tropical regions, that is, prolonged evolutionary time, constant environment, high productivity. Graphically, we also represented species area relationship, that is proposed by Alexander von Humboldt. So the relationship between species richness and area turned out to be rectangular hyperbola, as you may recollect. And we also said that log S is equal to log C plus Z log A, and that's called paradox of enrichment. And then we talked about the importance of species diversity in an ecosystem. And of course, recently we have been talking about loss of biodiversity. So the most serious part and aspect of the loss of biodiversity is the extinction of species. Extinction is of 3 types: natural extinction, mass extinction, anthropogenic extinction. Natural or background extinction is a slow process of replacement of existing species with the better adapted species due to alternate evolution, changes in environmental conditions, predators, and diseases. Earth has experienced 5 mass extinctions due to environmental catastrophes. Anthropogenic extinctions, on the other hand, are extinctions abetted by human activities like settlements, hunting, overexploitation, habitat destruction like deforestation, etc. So the causes of biodiversity losses, there are 4 major causes for the biodiversity losses, and they are called evil quartet. So the faster rates of species extinctions are largely due to our own activities, human activities. We are the culprits. We are burning the forests. Like recently you must be seeing on the TVs, in the news, that there were major fires in Amazon forest, and Brazil, Australia, all these countries were worried, and many nations were pointing their finger towards the Brazil. And then the mass destruction of the wildlife animals, hunting of the animals by the human beings as a passion, and all these are causing, and of course not to mention urbanization. The villages are becoming slowly towns, towns are becoming cities, cities are becoming megacities, and so on and so forth. And industrialization is also adding to that, which is not properly planned in our country. Hence, these are the major causes of biodiversity losses. And overall, when we analyze the losses, it goes without saying that we human beings are responsible for our biodiversity losses. And basically, there are 4 causes which destroy the biodiversity, and those 4 major causes are called evil quartet. What are those? The first one is habitat loss and fragmentation. This is the most important cause of animals and plants extinction. The Amazon rainforests, which are lungs of the planet, just now I said, having millions of species, is being cut and cleared for cultivating soya beans or for conservation to grasslands. And it is so sad that the presidents, the people who are at the power positions, at the high hands, are not having any sort of responsibility. We don't say that they are leaders, unfortunately they are becoming bosses. And the bosses, as all of you know, will not listen to anyone. They just show that bossism. So many of these, particularly the European countries, have no regards for the concern of the people, for the concern of the environment. And when large habitats are broken up into small fragments due to various human activities, mammals or birds requiring larger territories migrate and badly affected. And this you have been seeing again in the TV, in your Kannada TV news, wherein tigers are entering inside the villages, leopards are coming inside the homes, and of course people in villages and small towns, they are scared because of the entry of wild animals into their homes. Naturally, when they are losing their ecosystem, when they are losing their homes, when they are losing their habitats, naturally these wild animals have to find some habitat, and obviously that would be our home. And just imagine tigers and lions and cheetahs and leopards coming and staying with us. Maybe a day is not too far if we don't stop this evil act of causing enormous loss to biodiversity. And second, again we are responsible, overexploitation. When biological system is overexploited by man for the natural resources, it results in degradation. Already degradation of forests have taken place, extinction of many species I have listed in my previous session. What are all the various animal species that have become extinct, and what are all the valuable plants, including medicinal plants, have become extinct. Imagine in previous days, in good olden days, there were medicines for all sorts of diseases including cancer, but now we are struggling. On the one hand we are saying we are improving, we are having biotechnology, we are improving the nanotechnology, but there are a number of diseases that have no cure, no medicine. And look at our COVID-19 itself. A small virus is destroying the whole world, and we are struggling to find a medicine. But imagine during good olden days, just by using the leaves, by using the roots, by using the stem and the latex, they were curing all the diseases including cancer. That means in the process of loss to biodiversity, I am sure we are losing valuable medicinal plants also. That is an irreparable damage, and we are reaching to a point of no return. Hence, we need to understand and value the environment. So, the extinction of like Stellar's sea cow, passenger pigeon, many marine fish populations are over-harvested, endangering the continued existence of some important species. Hence, we need to be very, very careful, as many animals have become extinct in the last 500 years due to over exploitation by humans. And we are not stopping there. It's only a comma, and there is no full stop in the near future. So the day full stop comes, I think species will flourish. And the third one, alien species invasions. When alien species enters intentionally or unintentionally, some of the local ones, some of them turn invasive, like Congress grass, Parthenium, and cause decline or extinction of local species, indigenous species. The Nile perch, introduced into Lake Victoria in East Africa, led eventually to the extinction of an ecologically unique assemblage of more than, look at that, 200 species of cichlid fish in the lake. So many varieties of fishes have gone forever just because of introduction of one predator, Nile perch. Invasive weeds species like carrot grass, that's a Congress grass we say, Parthenium, lantana, water hyacinth, causing threats to indigenous species. And you know, the water hyacinth is causing enormous damage to biodiversity of the aquatic habitat. Many water plants as well as water animals are getting dead because of this water hyacinth. So we need to be careful about this, the alien species invasions. Then the fourth one, of course, you may remember that water hyacinth is also called Eichhornia, biologically Eichhornia crassipes. It was introduced in Indian waters basically to reduce water pollution. But what is happening, you know, it has clogged water bodies, including the wetlands at many places, resulting in death of several aquatic plants and animals. The best example I remember is Hussain Sagar Lake in Hyderabad. The Hussain Sagar is fully water polluted because of this Eichhornia. And then we have got what is called fourth evil quartet is co-extinctions. When a species becomes extinct, the plant and animal species associated with it also becomes extinct. When a host fish species becomes extinct, its unique assemblage of parasites also become extinct. That is, certain obligatory mutualistic relationships exist in nature. Like, for example, Pronuba versus Yucca. Extinction of one, that is, if Pronuba is extinct, Yucca also automatically gets extincted. So this is known as co-extinction. One goes off, the other also automatically goes off. Hence, we need to, what is the ultimate solution for this? Conservation. We need to conserve biodiversity. And how to do that? We should conserve the biodiversity due to following groups of reasons. First one, the narrowly utilitarian. Human obtain countless direct economic benefits from nature, like we get food, vegetables, cereals, pulses, fruits, whatnot, firewood, of course, fibers, construction material, woods and logs, medicinal plants, just now I said, very valuable plants, industrial products, and with increasing resources put into bioprospecting, nations endowed with rich biodiversity can expect to reap enormous benefits. So for this reason, we need to conserve biodiversity. And then broadly utilitarian. Biodiversity plays a major role in ecosystem services that nature provides. Production of oxygen, of course, I said, each plant, if we value in terms of oxygen, it is estimated that on an average, in the lifespan of a plant, it gives around 7.5 crores rupees worth of oxygen. So that's the value broadly. And during photosynthesis, you know, oxygen is the byproduct. And pollination, without natural pollinators, not possible. Pleasure from nature are priceless. Whenever you are in stress, whenever you are in tension, have a walk around in the greenery of your garden. You will become normal. That is the blessing of the nature. Hence, we need to put lot of greenery in and around your houses. And without any miss, you need to go for it. Then ethical. It's our moral right. For conserving biodiversity relates to what we own to millions of plants, animals, and microbe species with whom we share this planet. You see, we always say right to live. In your social studies teacher will be telling you right to live. When we have got right to live, we also should ensure that every species on this planet has also got right to live. So what right we have got to take out that right of the other species? Hence, it's moral, ethical values that we need to protect all the species. Every species has an intrinsic value, although it may not be of current or any economic value to us. Every species has got its own value, so we need to respect that. It is our moral duty to care for their well-being and pass on our biological legacy in good order to future generations. So it is the responsibility of the present generation that whatever the previous our forefathers, our fathers have presented the nature in the same form, at least if not improved form, at least in the same form, we need to present to our children for our future generations. Then only there is meaning in saying that live and let live. So let's do that. Let us respect the all the species and